Hello guys, welcome back. In today's video, we will discuss Advanced Foreign Currency Valuation. This is new feature introduced in S/4HANA 2022, and this feature is available in on-premise and cloud solution. In today's video, we will discuss about on-premise solution. So basically, we will cover these 4 points in today's video. First, like basically what is Advanced Foreign Currency Valuation and what are the features of Advanced Currency Valuation. Second, we will compare with classic foreign currency valuation. Basically, in classic foreign currency valuation, we use T code FAGL underscore FCV. So this is classic foreign currency valuation. So we will compare with the feature with this one, and we will see what are the differences here. Then we will see what are the necessary configurations required here to enable this advanced currency valuation. In the last, we will perform a system demonstration, or we will perform a test case in system. So basically, to proceed further, first we will understand what is need of foreign currency valuation, or why we do foreign currency valuation. Okay. So basically, foreign currency valuation is a periodic activity. We perform this activity at the time of month end. So before we prepare our financials at the time of month end, we perform this activity. So basically this activity we perform so as to calculate our this foreign currency gain or loss that is happen on this for the transaction that we have done in foreign currencies. Okay, mainly the aim of this foreign currency valuation is to calculate gain and loss. Okay, so basically how the gain and loss happens here in the foreign currency. Okay, so normally in any organization we do business basically with the different currencies. For example, if you take an example of accounts payable, we do purchase from foreign currencies. I mean the foreign countries actually in foreign currencies. If you take an example of something like, for example, we have purchased something from in US dollar actually. The rates between and my local currency is INR. So the exchange rate between INR and US dollars are always fluctuating. Assume that you have purchased something at INR 82 US dollar, and now in today's, after 1 month or maybe after some days, the rate got increased to 85, basically INR 85 to USD. Now there is a difference of 5 basically per currency here. Now assume that you have purchased like 1,000 quantities with the 1,000 rupees here. 1,000 into 5 will be the 5,000 will be the your unrealized loss actually on this transaction here. Okay, so basically so as to account this either unrealized gain or loss, we have to perform foreign currency valuation here. In foreign currency valuation, we do evaluate this vendor open items, customer open items, and the GL open items basically, which are managed in foreign currencies, or basically the transaction that is posted in foreign currencies. Even we do basically evaluate other GL accounts basically, which are in nature of balance sheet accounts, which are managed in foreign currency but not flag as open item management. Maybe we can take an example of, like, for example, um, loans, basically the loans that you have received from the in foreign currencies. So these are the examples here. So we will understand what is foreign currency gain or loss actually. So as I said, in normal course of business, any company buys or sells goods and services in foreign currency, and because of this currency fluctuations in their local currency, uh, this gain or loss is happening here. Okay, so basically this is like a gain or loss that is happening in foreign currency. Now we will understand what are the types of foreign currency gain or loss here. Okay, so there are two types of foreign currency gain or loss. One is realized gain or loss, and second is unrealized gain or loss here. Okay, so first, realized gain or loss, basically these losses on transactions that have been completed here. Okay, for example, you purchase something and now you are making a payment. So during the payment, if there are any foreign currency fluctuation that has been happen, so that will be accounted as realized gain or loss here. Okay, so while doing a clearing or while posting a payments, so this realized gain or loss will be posted. Now Second is unrealized gain or loss basically here. Now you have purchased something in foreign currency, but you have not paid it actually. So it's an open item, right? So these open items, we do evaluate these open items through foreign currency valuation program, and whatever the gain or loss that is been accounted here will be considered as unrealized gain or loss. So I hope you understand. So realized gain is basically while doing a payment. So whatever the foreign currency gain or fluctuations that happen, so that will be accounted as realized gain. And if your line item is still open, in that case it will be considered as an unrealized gain or loss. Okay, now coming to this advanced valuation in financial accounting. Actually, under advanced valuation in financial accounting, this is a feature basically which is in S/4HANA. It introduced three applications actually, which needs to be, I mean, which are under compliance of this IFRS 9 here. Okay, so there are three features here included under financial accounting, advanced valuation in financial accounting. First is discounting of long-term asset and liabilities. Second is advanced foreign currency valuation, and third is impairment and reclassification. Basically, in today's video, we will see advanced foreign currency valuation. Okay. Now, as I said, this advanced foreign currency valuation is introduced in S/4HANA 2022. Okay. So the key features of advanced foreign currency valuation. Basically, system will always evaluate and always post delta posting here. Okay, and if you remember in FAGL FCV, system used to reverse the posting of this exchange rate differences actually, meaning if you're doing valuation at month end, and the entry used to be like reverse in the next month actually automatically. So that reversal will not happen here in advanced foreign currency valuation, because system will always consider the delta posting here. Delta posting in the sense, system will always consider, for example, you're doing August month valuation, and there the exchange rate difference was basically 100 here, and next time system will again check this line item and basically the corresponding foreign exchange, I mean the difference between this exchange rate. If it is like 120, then system will post only 20 as a delta here. Okay, so this is basically how the delta works here. So system will only post the difference of the delta as compared to the previous run here. Okay, now once you execute this program, you will able to see this general entry also, meaning it's the valuation or will be performed based on your the entries here that we will be able to match on line item basis there. Okay, yeah, so valuation will be as per line item here. Okay, now there is a drastic change here in the account determination. If you remember in FAGL FCV, we used to maintain balance sheet adjustment account, but here in the advanced foreign currency valuation, we do need only gain or loss GL account. This unrealized and realized gain or loss GL accounts we need here. We don't need balance sheet revaluation accounts here. Now system will post the accounting entry directly to the reconciliation account. Okay, for example, if there is a loss, in case of loss, that loss will be debited and your reconciliation account will be credited here. So earlier that balance sheet adjustment account used to be posted. Now that GL account is not required at all. Now this will post directly to your reconciliation account here. Now assume that you have already cleared the line item. For example, you purchase something, I mean for the vendor, and now the line item is clear, or I mean it's already paid, but system still check for the valuation of that, and then system will post the difference here. Now with this advanced foreign currency valuation, there is a drastic change, or it's a simplified. Basically customization is simplified, again calculations are simplified. Further, the input screen is also like drastically changed. It's very simplified now as compared to the earlier one. Now how you can access advanced foreign currency valuation in S/4HANA 2022, I have mentioned here. Basically you can go to your Fury app, schedule general ledger jobs, and under job template you can see advanced foreign currency valuation here. Second option is here in the end user access menu, given here basically, or you can directly execute decode fins underscore FXV here. Now we will see comparison with classic foreign currency valuation. So basically classic foreign currency valuation nothing but FAGL FCV, and advanced foreign currency valuation nothing but fins underscore FXV here. The first point basically exchange rate difference posting. Okay. Now in the classic one we used to post exchange rate differences to balance sheet adjustment account, wherein in advanced foreign currency valuation we do post directly to the reconciliation account. Okay, now we don't need any balance sheet adjustment account to be configured for advanced foreign currency valuation. Okay, now the postings are always made on the account to be evaluated basis here. Okay, we need only realized and unrealized gain or loss GL accounts here. Second, posting logic. In classic valuations basically we can choose between two posting logic, basically either reversal posting or the delta posting. Here means there was an option basically to choose the postings how we want to post these valuations. Now in advanced foreign currency valuation the posting will always be happen on delta basis basically. Okay, third is valuation. If you remember the FAGL FCV screen, we always used to maintain the valuation area. I mean, we used to give the valuation area as an input field there. But now in advanced foreign currency valuation, we maintain or we enter ledger basically here, and the ledgers are already assigned to the accounting principle here. So we do basically valuation based on accounting principle and the ledgers here, and in classic based on the valuation area. Now simplified selection parameters and the configuration. As I mentioned, the screen is drastically changed here in advanced currency valuation. I will show you this point directly in SAP system. And the transaction basically classic one is using the transaction code FAGL FCV, and advanced fins underscore FXV here. Now simplified screen we will directly see in SAP system, or you can also see from here. I will just zoom it little bit here. Okay. Now the left side you see a foreign currency valuation, which is classic one, wherein you have company code valuation area. Then again like selection of key date is key date, then dynamic calendar year. So for key date as such there is no change for the key date here. But for the general selection if you see valuation area, now right side you have advanced foreign currency valuation wherein ledger basis basically. So the selection will happen based on the ledgers here, and left side basically the valuation area. Now the valuation, I mean the postings basically, so you have like test run, simulation run, then simulation ledgers here, then update run, and the valuation basically the valuation can be reset here, and the below that basically the posting features basically which posting dates we have to consider, and the reversal posting date will be there. Now there are separate tabs for open item sub ledger, then GL accounts, GL balances. Now wherein the advanced foreign currency valuation, as I said earlier, this is very simplified screen wherein we do have only selection parameters for company code, ledgers, then selection as a key date, and then processing option whether it's a test run or the update run. Very simplified one. It's not complex as like classic one here. Now effect on existing data, meaning once you activate advanced foreign currency valuation, what will happen basically on existing data, and I mean not existing data, I mean the existing application basically. Okay, now one thing is basically once you start working on, or once you like execute this advanced foreign currency valuation, and once you post the data for that, you will know, I mean you'll not be able to deactivate it actually, and the same will not be deactivate once you I mean once you post some data for it. Next, you'll not be able to use below Fury apps here. One is foreign currency valuation, which we used to basically use from general ledger jobs, I mean scheduled general ledger jobs. This regroup receivable payables will not be usable now, and provision for doubtful receivable, this will not be usable actually. Even the below further apps will not be usable here. Then there are T codes, basically the transition codes. These three transition codes you will not be able to use once you start working on this advanced foreign currency valuation. Basically, you will not be able to use, I mean, for the company and the ledger for which you have activated. I mean, if you have activated only for one company code and second is not activated for advanced currency valuation, basically for the accounting principle. Its activation is basically on the accounting principle level. If you are not activated, I mean your another company code is using another accounting principle, then yes, you'll be able to use that parallel in SAP system. So that is also possible. Okay. Now the configuration, basically what configuration we needed to activate this advanced foreign currency valuation. First is financial statement version. So before we start with the advanced foreign currency valuation, we have to define financial statement version, which we define under OB52. Okay. Second is we have to assign this financial statement version to accounting principle here. Okay. So that we have to do. Third is activate advanced valuation in financial accounting. So basically we have to activate this advanced valuation in financial accounting, and the activation is at accounting principle basis. So if you want to like further deep dive here, or you have to see the screenshots, basically you can refer my uh, LinkedIn blog or maybe SAP blog here. I will provide that link in the video description, so you can refer that blog wherein I have shared the screenshots as well for this configuration. Third is basically assigning rules for advanced foreign currency valuation to accounting principle. Here we have to assign the rules here. Okay. And basically we have to assign the GL accounts for advanced foreign currency valuation. Maybe I will show you this configuration in SAP system. Okay. Yeah. Before that, first we will see example also. So assume that we have purchased something. When we have done one vendor purchase at INR 82 USD rate here. Okay, and at the time of payment, the rate got increased to 85 here actually. And still assume that this item is still open here actually, which will result the loss of 5,000 here because of change in exchange rate, meaning changing from 80 to 85 here actually. Okay, now because of this actually there will be unrealized foreign currency loss here. If you see here, at the time of invoice USD to INR the rate was 80, and now at the time of payment, but we have not made a payment actually, it's just a valuation basically which is 85. Then the difference between these two transactions will be the 5,000 in a loss here, and the accounting entry will be posted basically unrealized foreign currency loss account debit to 5,000 to balance sheet or reconciliation account 5,000. Here balance sheet adjustment account will not be posted, instead your reconciliation account will be posted here in the advanced foreign currency valuation. Okay, so let us see the system demo. Okay. First we will see the configuration that is required for advanced foreign currency valuation. So first was related to uh, uh, EFSP actually. Okay, so go to financial accounting, general ledger accounting, master data, then GL accounts, then financial statement versions here, and then define financial statement version. So here I have defined financial statement version as 1,000 here, and then I have added financial items here. So basically this is necessary one. Under liabilities, basically I have considered trail payables or nothing but the vendor reconciliation account. So that we have to maintain here in this configuration. Let's come back, and then we have to assign this financial statement version to accounting principle. So why we are assigning to accounting principle? Because now advanced foreign currency valuation is activated at accounting principle level. Because of that, that connection should be here actually. So I have assigned my accounting principle IFRS here with chart of account and the financial version created in earlier step here. So this assignment we have to do. Okay. Next we have to maintain the SAPENDUSER tax for financial statement version here. Okay. So define SAPENDUSER tax actually. So it's already defined. Basically we have to use, I have used this FX1 basically. You can see it with FX is nothing but for foreign currency valuation. And then I will show you here in this step actually the SAPENDUSER that is created in the earlier step, basically FX, which is for foreign currency. So I have assigned my financial statement version, then this semantic tag FS, and I have given a range of this account. So basically this will be considered, so this configuration will be considered only if you have already created this under FSP, so that node should be available there so as to work this configuration. So this was related to financial statement versions. Now we will see this advanced valuation in general ledger accounting. So we have to go here. So under general setting, we have to activate advanced valuation here. So so I have activated for IFRS here. So for my company code shares the accounting principle IFRS, for which I have activated this valuation. Then I have to select this. Then we have to mention basically for which company code it is relevant and for which financial year and from which period it is applicable. So that we have to mention here. Let's come back. So define aging increment for advanced currency valuation. So basically I have used this standard one only. Define rules for grouping general entry line terms for valuation. Basically once you execute this foreign currency valuation, you will be able to see the group. So basically group is nothing but your different characteristic of the different fields will be considered. For example, your document number, then company code, then year, this kind of grouping will be there. I have used ESDFT, this is SAP default grouping here. Okay, so under grouping you do mention here basically which line terms you have to evaluate. So basically the line term under this grouping will be evaluated, which is for open item basis, and second which is not managed on open item basis. So these two types of value, I mean these line items will be evaluated here. Okay, further there are further configurations mentioned here with respect to the fields here. So I have used this ESDFT as a standard one. Now we have to define the account assignment rules here basically. Okay, let me so in this type I have used the standard assignment rule VALN, nothing but for advanced valuation runs. So let us come back. Then account assignment rules for this valuation. So this VALN rule is assigned. So I have used the standard configuration only here. Now the next step is we have to go here below settings for advanced foreign currency valuation here. So here define rules for advanced currency valuation. Okay. So I have used key date foreign currency valuation. Why? Because if you remember in earlier classic one, we used to method valuation method always valuation. I mean always valuated method basically. So that method I have used in my example. So I have used SKDV here. Now select this. Okay. Now you'll be able to see this. Basically, if you remember this valuation method or the valuation rule earlier, the same configuration is available here. Okay. Now foreign currency valuation, and I was like telling this one basically always valuated method will be used here. Okay, now click on this. Now the semantic tag basically, so we have seen earlier we have assigned this reconciliation GL accounts to the semantic tag FX, so this will be considered here. Second and the most important or the simplest thing that happen here is this GL account assignment. Now you see here the only GL account assigned here is for foreign currency gain realized account, foreign currency loss realized account. Okay, so gain and loss for realized accounts or the realized gain or loss. Second is unrealized gain or loss here. Okay, so these GL accounts are assigned here. These 4 GL accounts are necessary here, and there is no balance sheet adjustment. GL account is assigned here. So, okay, so this is the required configuration we do here. Actually there are some standard configuration I have used, so you can modify as per your business requirement. So now let us proceed further with one example. So first we will check exchange rate. So as to check the exchange rate, we use transaction code OB08. Okay, so my currency, my company code currency is INR, which is my local currency. Exchange rate type M. This is INR currency. Sorry, I will see from USD to INR here. Select. Okay, so I have these two relevant exchange rates here, meaning I will be posting vendor invoice on 1st of August and we will be performing a revaluation on 31st of August. You see this exchange rate, so our invoice will be posted on 80 exchange rate and the revaluation will be happen at 85 here. So the difference between 80 and 85, the 5 basically will be accounted as unrealized the gain loss. Basically in this case loss will be posted with 5 into the respective amount here. Okay, so now let us post one vendor invoice. So I'm posting vendor invoice without reference to purchase order, which is with FB60 transaction code. So let me enter today's. Okay, so yeah, I have to I have to use August date here. Vendor invoice, and we will be posting vendor invoice with USD currency here. Okay, so let us use expense GL account here, and we have to enter cost center for that. Since this expense GL account is created as a cost element, we have to give account assignment here. So I'm using account assignment as a cost center. Click on simulate here. So click on post. Okay, now our vendor invoice is posted. Click on display here. Now you see the exchange rate is used here. Okay, so since we have used posting date as 1st of August, so system consider exchange rate here as 80, and as we have seen at month end our exchange rate was 31st at 31st date it was 85. So the difference between basically this 1000 into 5 difference will be 5000 will be loss here, that is unrealized loss. Now let us execute this advanced foreign currency valuation. So we use T code fins underscore FXV. So now we have to use company code. I have used company code 1000. The ledger I use this leading ledger here, and I'm valuating basically line term on 31st of August here. So first execute in test run. Okay, so test run is successful here. Now you will see here financial closing status detail. One is JDRDL. So basically these items are not considered in valuation. There may be two reasons basically, or maybe the more reasons here. One is basically either item is not relevant for valuation. Second, for these items already valuations are posted and there is no change in the exchange rates here. So this will be the reasons here. The line item or the invoice that we have posted is this one basically, and basically we were like checking the configuration, that group ID. So basically this is group ID here, which is combination of your accounting document, then fiscal year, then line item and the currency here. So this is how system group these line items here. Further I have added this supplier here and the reconciliation account. So this is reconciliation account, so that we have added there in the configuration. Okay, now if you scroll to the right side you'll see here. So basically our invoice or the original amount was posted at 80,000, and now because of the change in exchange rate or increase in exchange rate, so valuation happened at 85,000 here, and this is the 5,000 of difference here which will be posted as unrealized loss here. Okay, and we were saying basically in the future that original general entry, so you will be able to see the original general entry here with this fiscal year and the line item. Okay, yeah, so this is how basically it is calculated. Now just come back and execute in update run. Okay, so update run is successful here. You see here general entry. So this general entry is posted for this foreign currency difference here. Okay, now further you can see the run log also. So this is the run log here for this currency valuation. Come back to result list. Now we will display this accounting document. Go to FB03, enter the document number, fiscal year and company code. Okay, so this is document currency. Because of that, this loss, unrealized loss, will not be shown here. So this is document currency, because document currency is still same, which is 1000 USD. Now you will be able to see the difference in local currency. So click on display currency, then click on local currency here, click OK. Now you'll see here basically this is loss, unrealized loss of 5000 here. And further, the main thing, if you see here, which is reconciliation account here, and second is unrealized foreign currency loss account here. So earlier system used to consider balance sheet adjustment account. Now it is directly posted to reconciliation account here. This will help basically the reporting. Now I will show you this GL account nature here. Okay, this is vendor reconciliation account I have considered here. System posted to the reconciliation account. So yeah, so this is how basically advanced foreign currency valuation works here. I will share this my blogs, basically LinkedIn article and SAP blogs in description. You can go through it. This will help you basically. So whatever we have discussed in this document is already mentioned there along with the screenshot. So you can see that. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any confusion or any basically any comments, you can mention. Thank you.